You know that monthly struggle with PMS? It can be rough. But what if something as simple as a mineral could actually offer some real relief? Today, we are going to break down magnesium. No hype, just a really practical guide to help you figure out if it's the right tool for your toolkit. So let's just dive right in.
And I know what you're probably thinking. It's the big question, right? It almost sounds, I don't know, too easy. Can a single common mineral really make a dent in something as complicated and frustrating as PMS?
Well, the short answer, yeah. Yes, it actually may help. For a lot of people, it can be a total game changer. So let's unpack this. We're going to get into exactly how it works and everything you need to know to figure out if it's a good fit for you. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at how this stuff even works. Then we'll get super practical. Which type should you choose? How much do you take? When do you take it? We'll also talk about what you can realistically expect, some really important safety stuff, and then wrap it up with the one big takeaway. All right, first things first, let's talk about the why. What is magnesium actually doing inside your body that could possibly help with all those, frustrating PMS symptoms? So the easiest way to think about magnesium is like a natural chill pill for your body. Seriously, it's a major player in helping your muscles relax and just calming your whole nervous system down. And that's why it can hit some of the biggest PMS complaints, right? We're talking cramps, that irritability, the headaches, even feeling bloated from water retention. It's working on a really deep foundational level to just help your body find its balance. Okay, so maybe you're thinking, all right, I'm in. But then you walk into the pharmacy and bam, there's like a million different bottles on the shelf. It's so confusing, right? Well, the type of magnesium you pick actually matters a lot. So let's just cut through the noise and break down the two most common ones you'll see for PMS. This should make your choice a whole lot easier. So look, if your main issues are feeling irritable, anxious, or you just can't sleep, then magnesium glycinate is probably your best bet. It's known for being super calming and it's really gentle on your stomach. But if constipation is a big part of your PMS picture, then you might want to look at magnesium citrate. It helps get things moving. Just be aware of that because it can definitely loosen things up. All right, you've picked your type? Awesome. Now for the nitty-gritty details. How much do you take and when? And I'm telling you, this is where consistency becomes everything. A really good, safe place to start is somewhere between 100 and 200 milligrams a day. Now, here's a pro tip. When you look at the bottle, make sure you're looking for the elemental magnesium. That's the actual amount of pure magnesium you're getting. The golden rule here is always start low and just see how your body feels before you even think about upping the dose. Okay, let's talk timing. There are basically two main strategies, and honestly, both can work great. Option one, just take it every single day, all month long. Easy peasy. This gives you that steady, consistent support. Option two is a little more targeted. You only take it during your luteal phase. That's the 1 to 2 weeks leading up to your period. But no matter which one you choose, the most important part, I can't say this enough, is taking it daily. Okay, this next part is so important. We all want that magic bullet, that quick fix, right? But with something like this, a nutritional supplement, your body just needs time to adjust. So let's talk about a realistic timeline. What can you actually expect to feel and when? So you might notice little things pretty fast, maybe feeling a bit calmer in the evenings after just a few days. That's a great sign. But for those bigger PMS improvements, you really got to give it at least 2 to 4 weeks. And to really know if it's working for you, the best thing you can do is track your symptoms for 1 or even 2 full cycles. Seriously, patience is your friend here. Okay, and before we go any further, we absolutely have to talk about safety. Anytime you start something new, this is crucial. Magnesium was generally super safe, but there are a few things you definitely need to have on your radar. The number one most common side effect is probably what you're guessing, especially if you take the citrate form, an upset stomach or loose stools. The good news is the fix is usually super simple. First thing to try, just lower your dose. Second, make sure you're taking it with food, never on an empty stomach. For most people, that solves the problem right away. And this next part, listen up, because it is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to talk to your doctor before you start taking magnesium if any of these situations apply to you. If you have any kidney disease, that's a big one. It can also mess with certain medications like thyroid meds or some antibiotics, so you need to know how to space them out properly. And of course, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, that's always a conversation to have with your doctor first. Please, be safe. All right, so we've covered the how, the what, and the when. Let's boil this all down to one single, simple takeaway message that you can remember.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from our entire chat today, please make it this. Popping a magnesium pill only when you feel bad is just not going to cut it. It is way less effective than building up your levels with consistent daily use. It's that consistency that lets the mineral actually do its job.
And that really brings us to the final question, which is for you. With all this info, could magnesium be a part of your PMS toolkit? It's something to think about. I really hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for joining me.